Dazai, I'm transforming. I'm gonna do it. Don't do it, bro. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna. Goodness gracious, big ass tiger.
Target in charge.
Bro, I promise you, there's tons of muscle under all this fat. Now come here. Stop running from me. Stop it. Impressive display of power. Shut up, you fuckboy, frat boy, bitch. I'm tired of freaky bullocks like you. All right. Time to wrap this up, big boy. Yes! Bungo Stray Dogs has finally made it onto the channel. Or as the Japanese like to say,
you're a fucking nigga.
Originally, I had plans to cover this during the summertime when I had more free time and wasn't getting my ass spanked and thrashed by a ranked high school. But now we are here to talk about this gem. We start at ground zero with this lonely dork named Atsushi with his ass turned up in the air. Dude's been in this position for at least 7 hours. His spine gotta look like these. The reason he's here is because he's an orphan who got kicked out of his orphanage for being a bum-ass mongrel who can't do anything right. So they just dumped his ass on a random tree in Yokohama, Japan.
Nigga, you are a
Alright, nah, nigga, I'm on your fucking head, nigga. I pulled this shit up just for you, nigga. You look like me, nigga. Alright, look at this, nigga. You look like the fat little nigga from Monsters Inc., nigga. I know you didn't compare yourself to Cardi earlier. I know you did not compare yourself to Cardi, my nigga.
This biker and these army guys pass by like anti-privacy screens until he's about to figure in the water with his legs shooting up in the air with birds on each ankle. He plunges into the water, saving him, and he reveals himself to be Osamu Dazai. He tried to kill himself by drowning in the lake head first like a retard because he has a suicide kink and wants to die with someone while they're... He's just weird, bro. He's always trying to end himself at any minor inconvenience. It's low-key kind of funny. This C pings himself in the A and B conversation and takes him out for dinner. And I'm not even gonna cap. This is making me a little hungry right now. They tell him they're a part of an armed detective agency, an organization of people who are basically more clever and supernaturally stronger than the police. So any cases that the police can't solve or can't handle, they get lobbed up to them. They also tell him they're looking for a tiger who's going around town terrorizing civilians, duplexing grandmas, handsing the homeless, slapboxing animals. He tries to dip but gets caught and put in the air jail, hanging him by his drawers. He obviously got something he want to share with the class that can aid them in their case. Apparently, this tiger frequently attacked his orphanage and ransacked the place, but is currently after his back meat. But these niggas are clearly not buying a word he's saying. After Dazai takes him to this abandoned warehouse to conduct an experiment to see if Atsushi was really lying or not. Some noise goes off, scaring him into the moonlight. He starts breaking down the story and successfully points out the were tiger to be Atsushi. Dazai, I'm transforming. I'm gonna do it. Don't do it, bro. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna. Goodness gracious, big ass tiger.
Target in charge.
Bro, I promise you, there's tons of muscle under all this fat. Now come here. Stop running from me. Stop it. Impressive display of power. Shut up, you fuckboy, frat boy, bitch. I'm tired of freaky bullocks like you. All right. Time to wrap this up, big boy. Knocking him out cold with his ability No Longer Human, which nullifies almost any attack. Kunakita and some other niggas arrive at the scene to introduce themselves as the other members of the ADA. We got a nigga who can't open his eyes. His name is Rampo. We got a farmer boy named Kenji. Then we got a bad emo Asian goth girl named Yasuno. Yo, I am never fighting these overpowered nonchalant guys ever again. He laid my ass out. I can't lie, sleeping under a roof feels better than sex.
Yo, what's the word? How you liking your new accommodations?
It's pretty lit. I like it. There's a change of clothes right behind your pillow. Do not mind any of the white stains or mysterious smells coming from them. Those will be taken care of.
What that mean, nigga?
And sees his nigga with his legs up in the air in a trash bin. Told him to come outside for important matters, only to find him with his legs up in the air sitting in all that Domino's ice. On the way to the agency, Dazai and Atsushi run into Kunakita, telling them about a bomb threat hostage situation and they gotta be on their way pronto. This will be Atsushi's first assignment as an ADA member, so he's gotta prove himself to show that he's not a wuss. He's got some big balls on him. They sneak in and witness Ichigo reincarnated holding a detonation device in his hand. Basically, this nigga's a jobless bum who can't even get a job even if LeBron split the universe like the gap between Mater's teeth. So he's releasing his frustrations onto the world. He's got this random ass schoolgirl gagged and tied. You know damn well she gotta be in school in 20 minutes. Let her go. They assess the situation, plan to deactivate or neutralize the bomb first, then spank that boy to kingdom come. He wants to see the president of the organization for whatever reason, but he's out on a trip to Cancun with Dwight Howard, so those demands cannot be met. They decide tactical brute force is the only option, stepping out and revealing himself to the perpetrator. He tells him to bend over on the desk before he sends everyone to Kobe's next final game, so he complies. Dazai creates a ploy, asking Atsushi to LARP as a newspaper boy to drop his guard. Nobody move! Look man, I get you're jobless, a bum, and smell like shit, but wouldn't this make your parents sad?
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
Alright bro, damn, chill. Hey bro, I don't know who you are, what you're here for, but you need to get your sesky ass out of my face. Oh, dick in the butt looking ass nigga. Tight ass high water. Yo ass built like a metrosexual flamingo. Every time you walk into a store, it sounds like this.
Broke nigga alert. Broke nigga alert.
Bro, what did I even do to you? I'm just a newspaper boy passing by to do my yeah, right. And I'm flourishing in money like Scrooge McDuck. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. This isn't right. You shouldn't be going around murdering people because you can't find a job. Now put down the weapon because I know you're sweet as shit. Kunikita activates his technique, Dopo Poet spawning in a neck gun and disarming him, grabbing him by his collar and slamming him onto the ground. Him and Dazai start jibber jabbering about bullshit, which gives Ichigo the opportunity to arise and put everyone in danger again. This is an unspoken rule. You always double tap your opponent before you start doing circus shenanigans on the side. Atsushi makes a brave step, shoving the schoolgirl out of the way and laying himself on top of the bomb. But it turns out this was all a test to see how fit Atsushi was for the agency. The jobless bum's name is Junichiro, and he and his sister are a part of the agency. They got some weird shenanigans going on behind closed doors, but we don't speak on that. And with that, Atsushi is officially sworn into the agency. Everyone meets up at a coffee shop to catch up, and yeah, I'm gonna just move past his brain. Eyes are scarred. Junichiro gets a call. Our client's waiting for the agency to discuss an investigation, which assigns them to another mission. Would you be so kind as to join me in a double suicide? Alright, let me take care of this real quick, guy. She tells them that there's been some mysterious looking negroids roaming in the back alley of her company building, either cooking crack or jerking off. So Kunikita sends Atsushi, Junichiro, and his sister to go see what's up. They tell him to watch out for the Port Mafia, Yokohama's most savage gang ever, and this guy named Akutagawa. They really named this dude after his shape, bruh. Ain't no way. I'm here to report a missing man. I found on the street next to a hobo doing backflips naked. Oh, okay, yeah. Just sign off this paper for a lost and found report. Wait a minute. I've seen you before. That's him. Watch your mouth, you mutt.
Much later.
Hello, I'm looking for a...
What the fuck?
They arrive at the alleyway and Junichiro points out how there's no escape route for any of the smugglers and it just leads to a dead end. And it turns out to be a trap set up by her and Akutagawa. Whips out two Uzis and just unloads with speed, causing Naomi to step in front of the crossfire and get completely magged up. This ain't One Piece, bro. Niggas be real demons out here. She puts the gun to the back of his head, but he retaliates by activating his ability Light Snow, telling her she's gonna pay for that. She fires, but it goes completely straight through him and he disintegrates into thin air. His ability allows him to do some crackhead niggatry sorcery to bend a selected area into a digital world. He decides to spin in circles like a tard while holding the trigger, but this shit is like R. Kelly trying to enter a preschool because this obviously does not work. He spawns behind her, gripping the soul out of her neck. He's about to flatten her neck, but is randomly impaled.
Nigga, I'm pussy, I never do shit. I go outside before cleaning my dick. Nigga, I'm broke, can't even buy chips. Feel all the bros, they got lock up slips. I don't spin blocks cause they know I'm a bitch. Got a bruise in my hair, I got people to grip. I need a shower, my boss got an in. From the love with my cousin, I gave her a kiss. Nigga, I'm pussy, I never do shit. I go outside before cleaning my...
This nigga Junichiro is so ass, bro. Ain't no way you had the opportunity and you blew it. Atsushi is completely frozen in fear, bro. These aura monsters be crazy. He walks up and introduces himself as the black dog of the Port Mafia.
I tried to take him down, but they're just too tricky.
Shut your mouth, Floyd. You bow down to me and lick the bottom of my shoe and respect me, you pitiful servant. You are a bum. I said to clean clearly bring the war tiger alive, and here you are gunning down everyone but him. Now shut up before you get exiled. He tells Atsushi his life will bring him nothing but suffering and misfortune. As he activates his ability, Rashomon sending a shadowy beast on Atsushi, scorching the ground as a warning to his true power. He think he LTG. Junichiro, who is somehow still alive, tells him to hit the jets. He ain't built for this for real. But he decides to grow some balls and bum rush his octagon with the worst running form I've ever seen since Alan Bow. Anyways, he slide catches vaguely attacks before grabbing his gun off the floor and throws a new unlocked item and gives him a mag dump of fuel. But he ate every bullet like J Bull in the femtosecond you leave a Wendy's #3 combo and some donuts near him. He's gonna catch him off guard, taking his leg off like it was some butter. And now he's on the ground grimacing in pain like these. But suddenly he quickly recovers, lashing himself onto the wall and pressing everyone while transforming into his full form. Octagon goes for an attack, missing, allowing him to W key towards him, breaking his defenses and sending him rocketing back. He tries to involve himself in this A and B battle, but nothing works. Your cheeks go back to the G League. Charge again, he's gonna get sliced in half by Rashomon Agito, but it turns out to be a trap set up by Junichiro in his digital world. They both dart and go up for the final blow, but Dazai ender pros in, easily canceling out their attacks, putting an end to the fight. And wait a minute, is this man's eyes closed? Yo, these ore farmers, bro. The next day, Atsushi wakes up in a hospital, and now he's got a hefty bounty on his head from the Port Mafia. Which reminds me of those demonic block fruits bounty hunters back in the glory days. Shift to this random Poindexter looking ass old man facing a fad with his jet black lungs. As he begins to walk to a random door, he blows it down. He encounters these black market selling blue collar workers, and I just know when they saw him and his goons, they started crying. We're on their final hour of their graveyard shift, and some old man with superpowers is about to end their lives. He confronts them about illegally selling Port Mafia cargo, and some crook tries to crit him in the head, but he repels the attempt, blasting him to a cargo container and completely mutilates him. Ew! Alright, chat, go handle my light work. Cutting back to Atsushi, he decides to leave the 88 because he feels like a nuisance. That LTG Octagawa trash talk truly got to his small ass brain.
Man, I am such a bum. Almost let people be killed because of me. I ain't got no job. Cash App money. Who is I to start yakking on Junichiro for not having a job? Look at me. And my orphanage despises me to this day. What will I do?
Suddenly, he hears gunshots as the agency immediately turns on the jets. Man, get the fuck out the way, bro! He makes it there in time, but sees that the threat has easily been neutralized. They hyped up that old man so much just for him to lose to fall damage.
Naughty wanker, you finally decide to show up. What? Were you doom scrolling on Instagram reels, watching roadmen get blown up for minimum wage?
Bro, what is he talking about? The blind nigga Rampo is about to head out to investigate a murder case with the police. His ability is dubbed Ultra Deduction, where he can somehow essentially find out any information about a murder case. Another case of crackhead niggatry sorcery. Kuniki decides to send him along as emotional support, but we know he is not putting no pain in until like later seasons. He's still in his shriveled balls Deku stage. They arrive at the scene and find the victim, a young woman who worked for the police and suddenly went missing, and her body just washed up now. And he's just there, I guess. The true embodiment of the dude nobody invited. Anyways, Rampo was hastily able to figure out who the culprit is with his delusional abilities, and it turns out to be this random ass police officer. Why, you may ask? It's because she was investigating this big crime case of this corrupt politician and discovered some very dirty dirt on him and planned to unveil the truth about him. Also, I forgot to mention that these two are dating. Keep that in mind. Amidst this entire investigation, he was manipulated by the corrupt politician and was ordered to take her out and eradicate the evidence before the world finds out about the evil shit he does in his mom's basement on a Tuesday evening. So he drags her out to this rundown port, and I bet she thought she was going to be met with a boo basket and flowers. But all she was met with was pure lead to the chest and the head 4 times. Ultimately, he panicked and shoved her body into a water, hoping no one would find out, which evidently backfired. Damn, this dude Rampo may look like he's flat reacts when the cameras aren't on, but you gotta admit, he's pretty clever for cracking this case.
What the fuck going on in Miami, bro?
We shift to Dazai, Atsushi, and Kunikita on their way to investigate a series of disappearances and local snatchings in the city of Yokohama, meeting up with this guy named Taguchi, finding out they're all connected to a guy named the Azure Messenger, who was a torchbearer of the Azure King, who was a well-known Discordian terrorist. They also found 34 terabytes of PowerPoints on his computer, so he decided to blow himself up. They hitch a ride to head to Luigi's mansion to further progress their investigation. But Kunikita comes across this naked lady submerged in water about to drown. Who put her in this situation, dog? Niggas in Japan be so freaky. Some weirdo just grabbed a random lady on the street and tried to do his hentai experiments on her. She happens to be a lecturer at the university, making her the 12th victim. This man Dazai needs to be stopped. She's currently living in his house too. Kunakita uses his large brain to figure out who the serial murderer / the abductor might be.
So, y'all trying to go on a forum?
No, it's you, bro. You fucking bloody wanker.
Sugoi! Abysmal, how dare you!
You must have lost your head, bro. There's bloody CCTV camera clocking your every move in it. Tried to dress up like one of the man them to make moves on us, but it flopped.
Okay. It wasn't my idea to do this job, but I put up to it. And one of the people I happened to abduct was part of the Port Mafia.
Well. They get ran up on and sprayed relentlessly by these random roadmen, and he takes his chance to turn on the jets and leave fast as fuck. Kunakita sends Dazai to pursue the driver and Atsushi to go to the police and get help. He'll take care of things here. He spawns in a flashbang, allowing Atsushi and Dazai to escape. He disarms him and senses an incoming attack that bisects the car in half, exploding it and sending him flying back. Metal can be fragile. Just what are you talking about, bro? I meant what I said. Ugh, fucking such as motherland, you'd be the strongest road. His stray bullet busts a pipe, allowing him to spawn in a taser, throwing it into the puddle and electrifying the balls out of Atagawa. Hey bro, use the smartest British roadman tactic, running away when you can't win.
A few inches later.
I turned in that old nigga to the police. Damn. Nice talk. Stepping inside the building, they discover that this building is the very same building that the Azure King blew himself up in many years ago. And after looking around, they find info about a bomb that's set in Yokohama that will damn near Bowser fart nuke half of the population off the map. Yo, these turf wars are this deep, bruh. Oh my goodness. Alright, you bloody wankers. I'm sure you heard of a bomb that's about to cause mass destruction. What are we gonna do about it? Man, I don't know. Did you extract any info from the lab in the prison? No, he isn't a reliable source. Alright, I want this bomb disabled by today. You all have until sundown, otherwise I'll hang each and every one of you by your drawers on a fence. Anyways, they decide to hit a Rombo for the location of the bomb because of his crackhead niggatry sourcey skills, you know. And find out that it's at this random warehouse. Arriving to the spot, they're immediately greeted with a flurry of grenades, but Dazai is a Mario Kart connoisseur and evades all of them. He throws another flashbang to get the fire off and ordering Dazai and Atsushi to go disable the bomb. He's gonna W key but get halted by a random magic symbol on the ground. Almost thought the 5 elders were summoned, but no, it's just this random nigga trying to beat Piccolo, knowing damn well he gotta clock in at Chuck E. Cheese in 20 minutes. Find the diffuser until they get pulled up on by Shaquille O'Neal, who absorbs Dazai's punch. Look at his big ass belly. Snuck from behind, he responds by sprawling, kicking the soul out of Atsushi, getting his back blown out. Dazai getting his shit rocked. Kunakita and Dazai quickly swap places, allowing both of them to take them down and effectively defuse the bomb, but it's not over yet. Dazai calls over Kunakita to this rundown mansion to show the flash drive of an entire analysis of Yokohama they find in their hideout. But as they're talking, they hear faint footsteps until they find out it's just Rokuzo. He didn't waste a single second accusing him of being the Azure messenger until he gets randomly sniped in the distance by none other than the college teacher.
Boy, if
you don't remember, this is the same girl they saved from Luigi's mansion trying to recreate the Battleground 2 cover. They're in a Mexican standoff waiting for someone to take their panties off until Rokuzo shoots her dead with a clever maneuver orchestrated by Dazai. Later on, we see this little girl in the streets until she decides to approach Dazai and abduct him. Meanwhile, Atsushi is on a shopping trip with Yoshino and moves past the same girl that snatched up Dazai. Some dickhead bumps heads with Atsushi and he's talking about how he dirty duck is a merely suit.
Oh my God, can't you see these morning straight from Kyoka?
This dude lying like shit. I can smell the polyester.
I'm sorry, are you
Just a fit, bro. I just told you these morning imported straight from Tel Aviv. All guys niggas on those shit.
I'm a doctor, you hurt. Let me lessen your arm weight for you. They're on the train now. She starts filling up on this dude's leg unwarranted. I'm starting to think this doctor title is purely for the fashion, bruh. No doctor goes out in public doing this without getting shanked or shivved by a bankai. Suddenly, the train gets randomly blown up by this wannabe terrorist who hijacked the train targeting Atsushi because of the bounty on his head. They both split up going for the front and rear cars. He opens his door, getting greeted with a TNT explosion point blank range. Almost thought she got sent to the Shadow Realm, but she somehow ate that. He finds Dazai's kidnapper. She spawns in this Elden Ring JoJo stand beast named Demon Snow, who uses the ancient technique of Edward Nigga Hands to cut up Atsushi with blinding speeds. Tries to fight back, but gets instantaneously sent devastated. Atsushi, get up! She decides the perfect time to introduce herself is when her opponent is left on 5 hearts of health.
My name is Kyoka Izumi. I'm an orphan just like your bum-ass. I like money, drugs, and Hello Kitty. I do not like niggas. And I've caught 35 times within only 6 months in the Port Mafia.
Anyways, as Yoshino's getting her ass completely spanked, he decides to blow her to Kingdom Come. Atsushi makes a move after sitting there like he was lagging with 4,000 ping. Storming in, dodging the first wave of attacks. Blocks with his arm, evades every move thrown at him, and eventually subdues her. Tries to make a last-ditch effort and chest bomb herself, but he's gonna save her and throw away the bomb. Oh, and Yoshino somehow survived that grenade cascade and managed to win her battle. Later on, we cut to Dazai's location as Octagon starts strutting down the stairs as Dazai is humming songs. I can't take this man seriously, bro. He genuinely does not give a fuck. He starts getting impressed and flexes how he got him chained up and powerless, but the moment Dazai mentions how he used to be his superior and showed him the ropes and that Atsushi is better than him in every way, shape, or form, he loses his cool and bashes him across the face. He got him out of his body with 3 words, ain't no way. After the battle, he takes her on a little date, spending quality time with each other, you know. This is what I love about Atsushi. She tried to bomb, kill, and execute this nigga, and he still decided to take her on a date to show his kindness. I ain't gonna go out of my way to call him a goat yet, but he's working his way there. At the end of their date, she talks about how she went back to the Port Mafia, she would be executed, and speak of the devil, Atsushi is randomly impaled by the chest by none other than Akutagawa, and is taken to God knows where to be shipped overseas. The ADA quickly tracks him down as Kunikita is on his way to his rescue. And if you want to know how they found out Atsushi, they put an AirPod up his butt on use find my device. We go back to Dazai and he picks a fight with this random Port Mafia member. He slides in an airball and 3 punches before getting gut checked. But just like any food you leave in front of Jay Bullet for 2 seconds, he ate that punch and condescending. But knowing Dazai, he had a plane up his ass, blocking it last second. But then he starts getting spanked relentlessly and held at neck point. Whatever history these two had between each other, it must have been extensive. Bro walked away and didn't even finish the job. Hashtag fake demons. Anyways, we cut to Atsushi getting dragged out of his sleep and slammed against a beam. Well, that is one way to wake up a nigga. Kyoka tries to defend him but gets her gun fruit injured and put in air jail. She manages to create a diversion for him, setting off an explosive for him to be able to flee. And at the perfect time, Kunikita arrives. He tries to get him onto the boat, but Atsushi cannot just leave her behind after all the time they spent together, and decides to turn around and face off against Akutagawa, starting their duel. Activates Rashomon, but Atsushi is able to tear through and dodge the attacks, launching a concrete tile as a counter, but it's obliterated. He TP's behind him trying to get a shot, but gets set back flying. He breaks out of his restraints, weaving an attack on the way down, lands on a shipping container, propels himself forward, and unleashes a barrage of punches that almost break through the shield, but Akutagawa retreats. Atsushi's clever ass got it all figured out now. He needs time to activate his barrier, so all he needs to do is close the distance without getting murked. He gets tackled and ground pounded while caught in the explosion, and he thinks it's all over. He thinks he's won it all, letting his guard down for a second, allowing Atsushi to deck him across the face, sending him crashing. He loses his cool and starts spamming straight heavies, impaling and trying to flat sailing him on the wall.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
But he regenerates and brushes off every attack thrown at him. He gets hit with maximum Agito, faking taking damage before catching him by surprise by wrapping his tail around his waist, allowing both of them to clash, and it seems like his defense is impenetrable until he's able to break through and loads up a punch.
Damn. He really about to rock my shit.
And with that, Atsushi has finally defeated Akutagawa. Later on, Kyoka is adjusting very well with the ADA. Akutagawa somehow survived, but we know his ass ain't getting up for a while. Kenji and him go on a little side quest mission handling these thugs that were causing wreckage over the city. They even got Metal Bat reincarnated in the bunch.
Yo, who the fuck is this nigga?
And also, Dazai escaped, but he ain't telling no one. This gang called the Guild has declared war on the ADA, also involving the hefty bounty on Atsushi's head. There is always some random bums going after Atsushi, maybe to save his life. Nichiro, Naomi, Atsushi are strolling through the town. His sister ran randomly goes missing amongst the crossing. He spots his red girl from the guild and tries to go after her, but everyone gets transported into her domain expansion. His girl's name is Lucy. No, not Bedrock. Lucy Maud Montgomery. Not gonna lie, bro. That name was ass, bro. I don't know why I put so much emphasis in that. She's a genuine cracked out nutcase, bro. She explains the mechanics of her subspace. That Luigi's mansion looking at his doors where Naomi and a bunch of other trapped human beings are. And that white door is the exit of this place. But if you do leave, you will experience memory loss, meaning that as Atsushi and Junichiro attempt to leave, they will forget about Naomi and ever being in this place, ultimately forgetting of her existence. He spawns in her terrifyingly large Shikigami named Anne, who scares off everyone except for Junichiro, Atsushi, and this random nigga in the back. You have to play and win this quote-unquote fun little game where you have to make it past her and her gigantic beast, unlock the door, and free his teammates, and they accept the challenge. She wastes no time speed blitzing the monkey dick and balls out of Junichiro, throwing him behind the door, bro. Big niggas are not supposed to move this fast. Starts chasing after Atsushi, but he's able to duck and avoid all attempts with his speed. He rushes past her, making it to the door, but the key morphs into a sharp tentacle gashing him across the face. No one should be this happy to see someone lose at their game, bro. All 32 showing. While still trying to evade her, he crashes into a pile of gifts, and it seems like he's cornered. It seems like he's wrapped. So he decides to book it straight for the door, hoping Dazai will do something about this, but the random yanks him by his neck. He tells him to face his fears and stop being a pussy, reminding him that if he leaves at any point, he'll forget about everything that happened in here, so he's absolutely got a zero in, but that's short-lived and he ends up getting captured. This dude set him up for failure. Tries to get Anne onto him, but he releases his spiritual pressure all across the map, stunning her, had her quivering and shaking. It turns out that before Junichiro was captured, he used his ability to create an illusionary door, meaning that Atsushi wasn't even captured. He was just playing all along. He yanks her in and starts pressing her. Undo your ability right now, or I swear I'll throw you into this void.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You got it, but chill. Don't do it, bro. I'm sorry.
She complies and they end up winning the battle against Lucy. The random dude gives Atsushi some word of advice before taking his leave. Then out of nowhere, Kyoka starts freaking out. It turns out the random nigga isn't who we think he is, and we end off right there. I appreciate you all if you made it this far. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe and check out other videos I'm sure you'll all like. I really enjoyed BSD Season 1. I know it's a slow burn for a lot of people because this season is mainly focused on introduction and stuff like that, but I heard it gets better, so just keep holding on. This will be an ongoing series, so expect Season 2 very, very soon and other seasons later this year. Next quote-unquote video will be me pairing up with a very special host, so stay tuned for that. Stay blessed and stay fresh.
3, 2, 1. Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it.